We're going to go upstairs in the barn in a minute. First, we're going to look at some of the rot on the north side and the northwest side. This is where the addition is falling away from the rest of the barn. I should say maybe rotting away. Looks like they tried to repair it with some chipboard, and that has been decayed. This, I don't know what this is, some kind of paper that's been whitewashed. This is just rotten behind. You can see that they tried stuffing a sack in that hole to help it from, or help the rain or the wind and the snow from getting through, but can't repair a building with an old sack. We'll go upstairs. This is very rickety. I have to be careful up here where to step, where not to step, because there are holes, and some of the holes were repaired with cardboard. We'll look at the rotten framing over here first. This is rotten wood. It's just years and years of rot. This beam is the same. This is all soft to the touch, just rotten. The beam above it is the same. That gap right there, that cut, that's an old cut. I don't know why anybody cut that. You can see the cuts in the back where the rear wall, this would be the east wall of the original barn, was, in my opinion, sabotaged. I don't understand why they would do this. This is just hanging, not supporting, doesn't support anything. Up above it's already broken, and that's because it's collapsing. The whole east end of this barn was cut away, and the result is there's no support. Here's holes in the floor. That would be from rain coming in from the roof, having holes in the tin, and then the decking is rotten. That is dry rot in the roof decking. All that roof decking would have to be replaced. The framing has to be replaced, and there's nothing holding it up because it's falling away. This here is perforated with ant or beetle holes. This is, let's see that. And it just crumbles. It's just rotten. This is rotten. So with this post being rotten, this is supposed to hold up the south end of the barn, and then above it, it's rotted. This is just rotten here. So this whole thing would need to be replaced. This is broken and rotted. This is perforated with beetle holes. or ants or termites and rotten. Careful not to step in the hole. There's another hole. Now we'll go to the north addition. This is a very old addition. To find a safe way in there. You can see that this is rotten, and I'm using this word rotten a lot. I don't know what else to use. Decayed. So this board is, oh, there's nothing to it. The whole thing is just like a sponge. It's no good. This is also rotten at the bottom. You can see this decking or siding board is rotted. We'll start at the back wall. I have to be careful because underneath this old straw that Steve left behind, sometimes there's no floor. So this hole has let in weather for maybe decades. The roof, these frame boards are rotten, and then the roof decking is rotten. You can see that it's actually falling away. In some places the decking boards are missing and you can see the hole to outside. Looking at how unsquare that is, you can see that it's falling to the north, collapsing north. There's a piece of frame or decking that's not even attached anymore. Here's an example of a hole in the floor. Here's an example of a rotten hole in the wall. Another one. But the problem is that these decking or these frame boards are rotted. So these are, I think these are beetle holes. So this you can't put a nail in. This would be like putting a nail in cork board. Same here. Occasionally one will seem like it has a little bit more integrity, but then you get to the next one that's rotten, and then the next one is rotten. And then the framing on the south end of this is equally rotten. You have corners like this full of insect holes. I don't know what caused these. These look bigger than the normal little beetles. Then this is falling away. See how loose that is? Not much integrity to that corner. And then above it, it's actually rotted. You see that? Rotten. See if I can focus that better. Hard to get it with the camera, but my eyes can see it as plainly rotten.